Hi, I wanted to share some insights today that I felt I'd had around coronavirus. I don't really want to go into like too much of what I feel about this because I'll probably get blocked and all my videos removed. But yeah, the way that it's come to me that I really feel things are going to go. So I know I did a video months and months ago, probably about 2 years ago now, about the world splitting. I got a really clear message that the world was splitting between 3D and 5D. And I guess at the time I didn't see major evidence of that, but I think those of us on a spiritual journey have probably seen more and more over the last year how this is already becoming a reality. You almost feel, although you're sharing the same space as other people, you have the ability to almost completely exist in your own bubble and have your own experience that is completely non-relational to like another bunch of people. So, you know, right now where I am in the UK, we're in a lockdown, but there's plenty of people not adhering to a lockdown and the rules are not affecting them. It's almost like they're invisible. And then you could also got people that just decided to up and leave and go to Costa Rica where there is no lockdown. So there's lots of kind of mini bubbles within the big existence of reality right now, which is actually allowing people to live completely different realities. We've got this whole kind of bunch of people that are living in fear every day, and they're watching the news and they're just in like a heightened state of survive and die ego program all day long. That's just their whole existence, their whole reality. And then you've got the spiritual people, or the people that have kind of been on that path and done the work on themselves, and some other people in there as well, that we've already faced death. We've probably had near-death experiences, or we've had out-of-body experiences, or we've experience consciousness outside of our bodies. We're not afraid of death in the same way that the people are afraid of it. I mean, I'm not even going to go down what I think of coronavirus in this video, but let's just say everything's as it seems, which I do not believe for a moment, but let's just say that even then you have the people that are just terrified, and you have the people that know that they are a consciousness and they know they're a spiritual being, and they are not so attached to the body or the minds, or even the belief of disease and death, that they don't, that it doesn't affect their whole life. And we have these real split, and it's not just a split in beliefs, it's a split in vibration. And I don't know about anybody else, but it's almost intolerable to be around a lot of people for me, not because I'm scared of catching a virus, but because I just can't bear the energy of most people at the moment. That's just how I feel. I can't be in big I haven't gotten public transport for the whole of pandemic because I just don't want to share that space with other people, because as a whole it's just an energy of depression, of fear. And I get it, a lot of people, they're afraid, a lot of people, they are losing their homes, they're losing their businesses, they're devastated, they're probably having a mass dark night of the soul, which those of us on a spiritual journey have been through, and felt like our whole foundation and world is crumbling. So there's people, but it just feels like such a mismatch. And I don't know about anybody else, but it really feels like I sort of dip in there, but it feels like I'm sort of in my own reality. And this leads me on to kind of what I feel the message that I was given is that I think some of us, we felt like we were here to create a new world, and we were here to help lead this world into a new way of being, a new way of living. And I think for a long time we've kind of like fought against the old world to do that. and still are to some degree, and I'm guilty of that, hands up, like where we sort of fight against everything that's going on, and we, you know, I want the freedom back. But what I really feel is, rather than kind of arguing and stuff, which I've done lots of, it's really the time to forge that new world. And I really feel I can see really clearly how it's coming about. I think I hit a bit of frustration with it at some point, and then I really did the inner work and I let that go. And then all of a sudden, all these opportunities came into my reality, like groups that are offering travel and retreats, that they don't want to do masks and they want to hug people. And I realized that there's so many, you know, there's all these aligned people out there, and it's not going to be long before they set their own businesses up. And I think a lot of us, we're getting kind of scared or frustrated that we're going to have a vaccine passport, or we're going to be like, all of our options are going to be cut off if we don't want to conform to living in this state of fear. But I personally feel really strongly, intuitively, like this is because we're meant to be creating our new businesses, and our, you know, everything has to be broken down almost to start afresh. And I really feel like we collectively, those people that, you know, are awake or on the awakening journey, we're there to carve out new businesses and new opportunities. I've already seen a company that's trying to build a new airport, like a new offering flights where just freedom, like free travel. And I think what we're going to have, and this is just my prediction and the insights that I'm given, is that we're going to sort of find that we're in a world that's not really that great anymore. But there's going to be enough of us that really want a world of freedom, working with nature, you know, being happy, being positive, and not living in that other vibration. And I feel these people are going to start new businesses, and we're going to start seeing that, yeah, we might be refused from some businesses if we don't have a vaccine or we don't wear a mask or whatever. We might have some businesses that refuse and say, well, you can't come to our business. But then what's going to happen is people are going to start new businesses, and they're going to start new restaurants, new places to go, alternative flight chartered companies, alternative holidays. And then we're going to find that the world's going to split. This is what I feel I've been given. And we're going to have all this bunch of people going to these things, and all this bunch of people kind of going to these things, and we're kind of going to not interact. But I think at some point these people are going to start watching these people. There's going to come a time when people are fed up of being afraid, and they're going to want to live their life. You know, they're going to say, well, I'm aware that this thing's here, but at the end of the day, it's nothing like as likely that I'm going to get it as get knocked over or get heart disease. So, you know, I'm going to have to take some risks in life, just like we do every time we take the car out. And I think these people eventually are going to realize that these people over here that are starting this new world are having a lot more fun. They're probably healthier, because the thing is, with a virus, we all know when we get sick, when we're not exercising, when we're not out in nature, when we're not happy, you know, stress is, when people are stressed and anxious, that's when they're going to get ill. Look back in your own life. Anytime you've gotten ill, it probably followed you being really anxious, really upset, really stressed about something. When you're happy and you're positive, that's a repellent in itself from getting poorly. I'm sure that's proven. Stress is one of the biggest killers and one of the lead contributing factors of making people ill. So what we've done is we've just put people into a high state of stress, a high state of anxiety, made them less healthy, because people that were prior going to gyms, working out and eating well, are now sat on the sofa just eating bad food because they're stressed, they don't have a job anymore, and they can't exercise. So we've kind of gone from a previously moderately healthy nation to an unhealthy nation within a few months. And then we're going to be surprised when people get sick. You know, it's not rocket science, but come at me. but yeah, so I feel that there's going to be a point when these people, because I know lots of people of all different ages, that don't want to live like that already into their 80s. They want to have freedom. They want to have sovereign choices. They want to choose for their own health. That doesn't mean people can't wear a mask or stay home if they feel vulnerable. You know, one of my family members has just come out of hospital with pneumonia. And of course, they're vulnerable. They're going to stay home. They're going to get home shopping. Like, I haven't seen them for a long time. And, you know, that's sensible. We have to take responsibility for our own health and work with that. So yeah, I really see the prediction that we're going to start getting new businesses set up, and this is the new earth, and they will be the beginnings of the new earth. And I think that's how it's going to come about, rather than us fighting and hammering and trying to make these other businesses change their mind. We're going to start new ones, and there's some really intelligent, smart, amazing people out there that are already doing that, you know, and I'm not aware of many of them, but I'm aware of a few of them. And you know, there's a group with 20,000 people that want to find ways of offering holidays for people that don't want to live like this. So yeah, I think at some point we're going to get things loosened, and then we're going to have all these businesses and these people try and dictate their new rules. But then the answer is just going to be, people are going to find ways in the law that they're allowed to do it, and they're going to start new businesses, and they're going to be strong, and they're going to stand up. Because whilst I do acknowledge there's this thing about balance and peace, we do also have to stand up to things in life. You know, I don't know about anybody else, but if I've had something really toxic in my life, or a toxic person, generally when I stand up and I, you know, stand up to it, and I have confidence, and I don't let it diminish me, then that's when it kind of backs down, and we start to connect better. So, you know, I think that's how we're going to go. We're going to stand up, we're going to create new businesses, we're going to create new ways, and that is how the new world will form. And people join or they don't join, they can stay in this vibration as long as they want to. Their free will, their choice. And I think this is how the two polarities are going to coexist. But then these people always have the option of looking over here and thinking those people are having a lot more fun. They're actually a lot healthier. They're probably having less people dying, and you know, I want to join in. So that's what I feel like I was given. I wanted to share that. So obviously you're all entitled to have your own views, but probably no point discussing them on the channel, because yeah, I'm probably, you know, it just goes down the argumentative path, and sometimes I think it's best just to be like, okay, I don't think like that, so I'm gonna move on. But all right, I hope everybody is well, and speak soon.